Hello everyone and welcome back to the Eradicators. I am your host, the Eradicator, and in this video we'll be talking about Europa Universalis IV, which is a game that I hold dear in my heart simply because, well, it's one of the very few games that actually allows me to play my country, Brittany. And what is Europa Universalis IV, you may ask if you're not particularly familiar with this. Well, it is a grand strategy game, meaning that in this game you're not really into micromanagement, but more about managing the greater picture, the big plan. And that is also something that I like. Of course, the objective is to conquer the world, or conquer as much of the world as possible. For example, when I play as Brittany, I try to conquer France, which is already a big goal in itself, but some other people like to play as Russia and conquer everything as Russia, or maybe Poland, or any kind of other countries, unite China maybe. So it's a very interesting game, and this is something that of course Paradox Studio knows very well, which is why they've released a ton of DLC since the start of the game back in 2013. The game was released in 2013, so it's been quite a long time. This is a game that is going to be 8 years old, right? And as a result, it has quite a lot of DLCs. And if you look at Steam, you can see that it has over $200 worth of DLCs, and unfortunately, those DLCs over the past couple of years have accumulated a lot of bugs and as well a lot of features that are required in order to play the game. And this is something that the devs have addressed recently, actually on Tuesday, last Tuesday. They did say on the Paradox Plaza forums that finally they are going to address the issue of bug fixing. And this is something that a lot of fans have been complaining for quite some time, because the more content the devs brought to the table, eventually the more bugs they brought. And they say that since last September, the devs alone have fixed 1,100 bugs, and now there are still about 657 bugs to fix. That is a lot of bugs, actually, for a game that is 8 years old. Normally you would expect such an old game to be kind of bug free by the time, right? But because of all of those issues, it is far from being the case. Now, they have new policies regarding content for this game, and they did say that for now, the new paid features should be standalone and easy to maintain, which is addressing one of the concerns that quite a few players had regarding the fact that when the new expansion was released, then some parts of the game became unavailable because they required the new expansion in order to be functional. And this is obviously a big problem here, because it's not even pay to win anymore, it's basically pay to play, right? Because if you don't have the expansion, you can't play the game, or at least the part of the game that you used to be able to play. And this is something that they're very well aware, and that they are going to hopefully fix in the future for the next time that they have new expansion passes. No major feature rework while we are still having a lot of bugs. Now, this is also something quite major here. This is perhaps announcing that the next DLC that we're going to have, Emperor, is perhaps going to be the last DLC for a very long time, unless maybe we're gonna get an Europa Universalis V at some point. I mean, we got a Crusader Kings 3, so why not a Europa Universalis V, right? They also plan to reduce the bug count as much as possible, which is something that, again, you would expect for an 8-year-old game. They are going to add more content like missions, graphic, and music. All of that is hopefully going to be free, because it is also true that a lot of the gameplay that has been present in Europa Universalis IV have kind of been the same for the past 8 years, except when they brought some extra expansions for, exotic destinations like maybe the Muslim world or China. Then we get some extra mechanics like the Mandate of Heaven, perhaps if you play as the Chinese. But apart from that, if you stick to European powers, it's pretty much always been the same. And they also want to flesh out the parts of the map that has not gotten attention over the past couple of few years. Well, that's going to be hard to it's going to be hard to do, because a lot of the map has gotten a lot of attention for the past few years. Maybe some areas around Central Asia, perhaps, I would say, or maybe some parts of the oceans, but that's pretty much going to be it, guys. So there we have it. This is a nice indication of the future of Europa Universalis IV, which is a game that is quite popular and loved by a lot of people, including myself. I have over 1,200 hours of gameplay for this game, so this is a game that I know quite a lot. And the Cloudbit engine also allowed for the creation of plenty of other games based on Europa Universalis IV. Some games as different as, for example, Stellaris, which is also hugely popular among sci-fi fans. Well, that's pretty much it about this video, guys. A little update here on Europa Universalis IV, and the good news being the fact that they are not going to add new content until finally they are going to get rid of the bugs, and also the new content that will eventually happen will be standalone. That is also great news. It's great to see that they are aware of this issue. I'll see you guys next time for more content on the channel. Have a great day. This is the Eradicator. I'll see you guys next time or later. This video is brought to you by the people who support this channel on Patreon and via the join button as well. Supporters of the channel get access to lots of cool perks, such as access to my private Discord, your question answered in the show, you get to know when I'm going to play, and also you get to have a chance to influence the editorial line of the channel. Any help is appreciated, starts at just $1 a month. Thank you very much for watching. This is the Eradicator, and I'll see you guys later.